this question was, is if I find activator cheating, maybe submitting some false logs or padding their logs or, doing something that's a little bit, should I report it to the POTA help desk? Now, I don't want to get into major details with this one. I think a lot of times, and in my experience, I did follow protocol. And in that process, it was one of those things that I just was like, when it was all said and done, I think I understood where they were coming from. And we're talking about the administrators providing information back. But I didn't feel like that person was, basically held accountable. And so we're going to talk a whole episode around that. And, we'll share some of those details, and we'll try to we'll definitely keep names and call signs out of it. But ultimately the idea is, like, do what is comfortable for you, but don't do it to a fault that you're causing, more harm to yourself and your overall, view of the program, because it happens everywhere. Contesters do it, anytime awards and people start chasing papers and start chasing stuff, they can get crazy. And we all know that that's never really a good thing, because in essence, it sours it for the whole bunch. So, do what you have to do to be able to clear your contents, but maybe just bring it to a person's attention and do it kind of more out of not, we're going to crucify them, but do it in the sense that, you just bring it to their attention. And if they don't, if they don't do it, or they don't change their ways, they just fight you on it or they go away, then, just be okay with that and move on. Because in the end, that for that park, that top activator might be, just something in your mind that you cross out because you'll never see that. But yeah, it's always it's a tough. I mean, Chris, like, obviously said it here, it's always, it's again, it's a life lesson kind of thing. Like, if they're doing that in life, maybe they do that in their professional career, maybe they do that elsewhere, and it's just kind of one of those things that it's a sad thing, because it's a great hobby and they're not doing anything except to do it for bragging rights. But it also might be a pressure thing. Like, I know in my experience, the person that was doing it, he was part of a larger group that was very much always had to be in the limelight, always had to be the best, always had to be, number one, always had to, have the headline all the time. And so I'm sure it probably got to him where, he wanted to feel like part of that crew to endanger the rest of them. So yeah, we'll get into more of that in a future episode. So stay tuned for that. And love to have and hear other people's experiences along the way. And I'll reach out to you guys.